In this video, I'm going to show you how to borrow crypto with Cream. Cream Finance is a DeFi lending protocol similar to Compound and Aave. Users are able to supply crypto assets on the protocol to earn interest and use the provided capital as collateral to borrow other assets. Collateral assets are tokens that have been supplied to Cream. Cream uses over-collateralization to secure the repayment of loans. Over-collateralized loans requires the value of collateral assets to exceed the value of borrowed assets by a specified amount, which is determined by the collateral factor for each asset. Generally, the more stable the asset, the higher the collateral factor. The value of each collateral asset is multiplied by the corresponding collateral factor, and these are all added together. The total is the limit on the value of borrowed assets. This calculation is performed in real time and will fluctuate as the value of collateral assets and borrowed assets change. If the value of borrowed assets exceeds the borrow limit, a portion of your collateral is subject to liquidation. Liquidation involves the automatic sale of some of your collateral to pay down your borrowed assets in order to bring your position below the borrow limit. A breach of the borrow limit can occur through a decrease in the value of collateral, an increase in the value of borrowed assets, or a combination of the two. To borrow assets, you'll first need to supply assets on Cream. If you need instructions on how to do so, click on the link to the video in the top right hand corner. You'll have to give permission to Cream to use your supplied assets as collateral. Toggle the collateral switch to on and approve the transaction. Clicking on USDC under the supplied asset side shows that USDC has a collateral factor of 85%. This means that I can borrow up to $85 worth of crypto for every $100 of USDC collateral. The more that you borrow against the borrow limit, the closer you will have to monitor your positions to avoid liquidation. Tagging an asset as collateral will allow you to borrow against it up to the borrow limit, but it also means it would be subject to liquidation if the borrow limit is exceeded. Choose an asset that you would like to borrow. Your borrow limit is shown here and is based on the sum of all your collateral assets times their collateral factors. The borrow APY shows the current borrowing rate for an asset on an annualized basis. The borrow APY is dynamic and will fluctuate depending on market conditions. A warning will appear if you enter an amount that is relatively close to your borrow limit. The warning appears for borrow amounts that result in a position that exceeds 80% of your borrow limit. It is possible to proceed with this transaction, but do so with caution. Click Borrow and approve the transaction. Your borrow balance will show up here. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button and subscribe for more step-by-step guides to using DeFi.